You ready? 65 years old, blue eyes, 5 foot 9 3/4 tall, 214 pounds, left-handed, 4 sons, granddaughters. U.S. Army, 1977 to 1980. So how did I come back to the VA at 53? In jail, they went like this, hey, we can help you. I got out of jail. About 2 weeks later, I went and saw him, and that really began the journey of actually getting this right. I graduated from the first Success Academy class they did in 2019. Better communication skill class. Teacher was dynamic. The Success Academy also comes from the Veterans Administration. It was almost like for the first time in a long time, I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I get to go back there a few times each year, and that little deal where you said, can you introduce yourself? That's exactly how I start the class. I would like to think that I was picked the Veteran of the Year for UCLA. Oh man, they think I'm good looking? Because believe me, I sat there and honestly went, why the heck would you guys pick me? I think a lot of it has to do with Success Academy and the people that we've touched. I would hope that's why. So first and foremost, be what you are, because what you are is far and away enough. On my journey here, I turned over every single rock because I was trying to become the best version of who I am.